Previously on Records and Checkers, Max ruffled feathers with an expensive set of wheels, forcing Dill to throw the protest card.
Okay.
Max retaliated straight away with a block pass. And hey, make sure you like and subscribe if you like what you're seeing here at the MXstore garage. Another day in the workshop, Nigel and Dill are grinding, Max out producing graphics. Dill, what do you got going down?
Yeah, so I'm just giving the Carb a bit of a birthday. Being a second-hand Carb, all the O-rings, everything was completely swollen and shot. So I'm just putting a new O-ring in now. And the previous O-ring was actually glued in, so that bowl would have been leaking if it wasn't glued in. So
I mean, there's a lot of people buying, Gumtree marketplace finds, and they're 2-strokes. Also, older 4-strokes. Key thing is get that carb rebuilt. It's a very inexpensive way to get that bike running properly. A little air leak, One thing too is you're changing jetting on 2-strokes. These screws tend to get stripped out really easy. The carb kit comes with that. So, man, Dill, good work on that. I mean, shoot, you got your frame here.
Yeah.
I hope to see some action by the end of the day. What's your plan?
You've got the Carb to do. I'm going to try and get the engine in, the swing arm on, and the rear wheel on. Try and get it rolling, even the front end on, and then worry about all the oils and coolant and all that sort of stuff and controls, cables.
Yeah, you got a lot to deal with. Get to work, man. It's pressure's on.
Sounds good. Just finished assembling the Carb here with the Carby kit. Good practice, a little tech tip for you. New hoses make the bike look a hell of a lot better. Also keep your old ones, that way you can measure the new hose against the old hose and cut it straight to size, so there's no need to guess how long the hoses are. And also take photos of where they ran, that way you can remember exactly where the Carby hose goes without trying to guess. As we spoke to Sleater before, the aim of the game today is to get the bike rolling. So suspension in, wheels on, and even the engine in. So we'll see how we go, fingers crossed. Check out this guy. Come on, you piece of shit. Absolutely sweating like oh, sweating. That was a lot harder than I first anticipated. I had to be careful with that frame, the fresh paint on the cases and stuff like that. So, highly stressful situation, but we got it in. So, happy days. All right, so we're just putting some copper grease while we're assembling our rear brake here. The copper grease goes on your slides. So this actually, when you activate your rear brake, the caliper actually engages and slides across. The piston pushes across. So it's got to be free and floating. So without grease on there, it can bind up. And you probably notice, sometimes you'll notice on your bike, you have one pad wearing quicker than the other one. That'll be due to the fact that the caliper's seized inside. So always keep these nice and greased up, and then you won't have that issue. Alright, so just got the rear brake pedal on, rear caliper's all done, just greased it all up, just making sure that brake activates and works, which it does, perfect. Oh. So we just installed the fresh Ballard's bar mounts. These are the oversized ones, so we're going to be able to fit oversized bars to this now, so a bit of an upgrade for the KX. Alrighty, one thing to check when you're installing your fork legs is to make sure the forks are at the same height. Clearly this leg here is higher than the other one. This will affect your handling characteristics of the bike as well, so making sure that they're identical is super important.
Wait.
You like it?
Yeah.
Let's see what Nigel's doing. Ah, got your 67 MXstore coat going on, huh?
Yep. Got all the pieces back, putting it back together.
Dude,
big
looks
day.
good, man. It looks good. I even like this color a little better than the OEM.
Yeah, they've done a great job.
Bronze instead of the gray.
Yep.
Looks great, man. Staying on brand.
And paired up with some black.
Yeah, look at the detail. He's done a really good job of getting that casting mark off, making these things look like a aftermarket clamp, saving money.
Yep.
But just some elbow grease, some right tools. You've seen them in previous episodes. Good job on that, man. Good color, that dark charcoal. Staying to the Andrew Short methodology, right? Of giving the performance an upgrade with some mounts that are more stable, less twist. If you have a crash, hopefully you don't fall down on this weapon. Man, looking good, dude. You're on top of it. Start of the day. What do you got going down?
A little bit under the pump. Obviously, I reassembled the wheels already.
Yeah, I noticed that. I was no red.
No red. We've gone through with the same black to match the triple clamps.
Yeah, it looks really good.
Yep.
I heard you talking to the boys. They're giving you a hard time. He went away from the anodizing because it's a cast hub, which is OEM and not a billet, so it doesn't come out that same color when you anodize. And he didn't want to add powder coat. So you're gonna assemble the front end, get that going. I'll check in with you later today, see how you're doing.
Sounds good.
Good luck, bud.
Okay, so we've just finished putting the ignition cover back on, installed the little magneto in there, lined it all up, popped it in. However, to finish putting the bolts in, you do have to put one of the bolts through the oil filter cover, so we may as well throw the oil filter in there while finishing up. So I'll just grab that quickly. And my part spots. These guys don't have the same issue, obviously being 2-strokes. 4-stroke has an oil filter. So with your oil filters, always take note when you're taking the original one out. A lot of the older bikes, like this one, have a spring that's sitting behind it. So just ensure whenever you're removing, you take note of how stuff comes out, so when you put it back in, it does go in the same way. Caffeine. Okay, so we've just re-bled up the dampening rods, got them all working correctly. Next part that we have to do is install the new seals onto the actual lowers. A couple of specialty tools. We've got a seal bullet, fork seal driver, and obviously these are for actually doing up the fork cap itself, and a dampening rod holder. We'll use those later. We've got new seals, then we just line up, keep everything nice and tidy, makes the job a lot easier. Basically until here, you can nick the seal by just dragging it over. Okay, forks are done. All we need to do is fill them with oil, just in this outer chamber. Then all we need to do after that is get them in the bike. So, just putting the steering races back in, just getting it started, just making sure it's going in nice and flush, not on one angle so it doesn't damage the frame. And once we get it started, I've got this big driver, we can just give it a tap. Luckily MotorX does a spray grease. Going to copy Dylan and install our triple clamps. Top one in, all grease ready to go. Alright, we'll tension it up properly, then do the top one. Okay, so made a bit of progress so far. We've got the steering stem bearings in, got the triple clamps in, and we've reassembled the forks. So time to put it in and see what it looks like. So we will tension all these bolts up correctly, but just for frothing purposes, we'll have a quick look.
That looks so good.
As you can see, these look sick, but we still have a fair bit to go. Next thing, we'll get the bars on, start working towards putting the wheel and everything else like that in. But yeah, for the time being, these have come out great. Thanks 67 MX. This is the fun part. Finally spending some dollars. It's like it's Christmas. Can't get it out fast enough. Cool. We've got the oversized disc from recommendation of Andrew Short. You can see that this is a 270mm rotor as opposed to the standard one is 240. Key difference being more stopping power. At the end of the day, that's what he told us to go for. So we've taken advice and run with it. Okay, hot topic. Do you have it so you can read it while you're on the bike, or do you have it so other people can read it off the bike? Let me know. Bit of air usually gets these old grips off easily. Oh, something we weren't expecting either. You can see that there. Looks like old mate's had a bit of a ride down the road. We're gonna have to get a new throttle tube because we've gone ham on getting all this other new stuff. Probably add another 30-40 bucks to the budget, but we'll see how we go. Alrighty, so I'm doing a bit of a cheat here. Don't tell Dill. I've got a pneumatic brake bleeder that I have from home. Basically it catches all the fluid in the bottle and it's operated by the compressor. It's just an easy way for me to bleed the brakes quickly without making a bit of a mess. I'm putting a new braided line on, so I've just drained everything out prior, so when I disconnect the line, it's not going to make a big mess and spill fluid everywhere.
Talking about cheaters.
Bending the rules.
Just trying to minimize spillage. Now to put the new one on. Okay, so we've got our new brake line. However, they do come wound up in a circle in the packet. So a little bit of a trick is to zip tie it up for a couple of hours against something straight. Yeah, be good to go after that. Much better than before. Okay, so we've just replaced the brake line with the new braided version, bled the system up, and it's functioning quite well. However, being a new line, there will be a tendency to get some air bubbles built up in around the banjo bolts. A little secret that we'll do for tonight is I'll just zip tie the brake on. That'll allow the system to stay open, and it'll let any air bubbles that are stuck in around any of the banjo bolts or in here work their way up. Gravity will fix the brakes for us.
Yeah, so today we're just going to be ripping into Carby Clean. We've got the motor coming back from Dan and MXRP. That thing is going to be spick and span, so I don't want the Carby looking secondhand. Second of all, still got a bit of a twisted radiator here. I've got it nice and straight, sort of twisted it back, but yeah, we're still looking a bit sideways here, a bit wonky donkey on the old radiator. So we'll get.
Wonky donkey.
Hey buddy.
Wonky donkey.
I got a bit to do. What's up?
Yeah, man. You know that JTR experience.
Oh, these bad boys.
They did good, man.
Yeah, we done well.
Unfortunately, we do have budgets here at MXstore.
Oh, that, yeah.
Obviously, in the spirit of the game and the comp,
I love games.
we want you to follow budget, but we also have to follow the budget to continue to do these. So you've taken time from the company, so now it's...
Do I have to write a letter? Or...
No, even better. Two-stroke parts are flying off the shelves here at MXstore. Mick needs to get in there, support the crew. Off you go.
Come on. The cool stuff has come into play, and we've got to go help out. So we're on the pick and pack. The boys have got a 2 p.m. promise to meet today. All right, let's go. Cool, so we've made it back out of the pick and pack. Boys sent me off for a little holiday for a minute. Apparently I was moving too fast. So we're back into the build. So just working away on the Carby at the moment. This is one thing that you can do, you know, a bit of the Scotch-Brite pad or your Maroon SOS pads with a bit of rust off, get into the grooves and get into the corners, all that sort of stuff. If it's in your budget and if you have the time, Vapor Blast, you know, Jimmy at GC Vapor or anyone locally, they can help you out. The thing will come up brand new, but what we're doing is just going over it all nice and neat. It'll come up sick. Hopefully if you have a bit of time after we finish this one off, we'll grab a bit of spray can plastic paint and we'll give the radiator fins a nice coat of black. They were straight, they're just faded and a bit of discoloration. We'll bring them back to life. Away we go. So happy days. So we just got the brushes, all the corners and stuff. She's coming up mint, I think. Going to salvage these plastic radiator covers. We've got our trim and bumper paint there from Super Cheap. We'll just tie wire these up, giving them a clean with some brake or contact cleaner, quick little prep, give them a couple of coats, they'll be fine. They're all good. We're on a budget now, got no budget left. Got to do janky things.
No. Pretty Caroline, stone cold stunner.
Janky, but it works. Hey, gets the job done. Tucked in behind the radiators, and we're staying in budget. Not really. Just got back from my protest and punishment, but we made fun of it all and had Big D pushing me around in the singles cart and had a bit of fun with Joshy and Maxie on the pick. So yeah, make it what it is around here at MX, have a bit of fun. So today just ripped into the Carby Clean. As you see, we went through it, personal touch. And if you want to find me. But these are my hoses from home that I had for another build. That's what we took off. These on eBay, 20 bucks, 30 bucks maybe, if you look around and look right. So they're a nice sort of OEM pink. They'll sort of complete the build instead of running those old crappy hoses. But look, we're out of budget already, so I was like, stuff it, we'll throw more at it, see if we get protested again. Yeah, we'll rip into the rest of this build next week, smash this thing together.